Hey guys, this is Attila from scrapingodirty.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to log in to a website using Scrapy, the web scraping framework. Alright, so as you can see, we're going to use this website right here as an example. We are going to build a Scrapy spider, which log in using this form, and we're going to log in with a correct username and password. Alright, so I already set up a basic Scrapy spider and I didn't do any special. I just created a new Scrapy project from scratch. I created this spider and I created this item. So first of all, in the parse function, we will need to create a new Scrapy form request object. A form request is a subclass of the request object in Scrapy, if you are already familiar with Scrapy. And we're gonna be using the from response function. This function needs a response argument and the form data. Now the form data is gonna contain the actual information needed to authenticate ourselves. So in our case, inspect the website to figure out the parameters that needs to be passed into the form data. All right, so first of all, let's just try to log in with no data at all. Now we see that there's a post request. A login is, I would say, always uses a post method. So the request URL is this one. Now we are interested in the parameters. So as you can see, there's a username and password, nothing crazy here. Sometimes you have to pass more data parameters, form data parameters. Other than these, we will need to pass this, and we will need to pass the actual password. Correct username is this. I'm just gonna copy paste, and the same with the password. Yeah. All right. So this is the form data. We're gonna use these credentials to try to log into the website. So now it's not enough actually, because we will need to define a callback function that will be invoked after the form request. All right, so we will need to create a new function. Let's call it logged in with a response argument. So this function will include the code that will be invoked on the actual page after we logged in. All right, so first we should check how the page actually looks like when we successfully log in. So try to log in with these credentials. All right, so as we can see, this is the page we see after we successfully logged in. We could extract this information. As we can see, H4, it's the only tag with H4, so we can use this as our extracted field. So we create a new sample item, and as you can see here, there's a message field we already created. So we're gonna be using this. We're gonna populate the message field, and it's gonna be H4, and we need only the text. Extract first, so it's gonna return only one element and not a list. All right, and returning the actual item. All right, so we defined a function that will be invoked on this page, the extracting function. We have to define it as a callback. We have to define a URL as well. We have to define the URL where you can see the actual form. All right, so the actual login form. This is the URL. This is the login form. So we need this one. So what Scrapy is gonna do now is it's gonna request this URL in a regular way. It's gonna return a response. This response. This is a simple response object, and we're gonna create a form request from this response object, and we're gonna post some data, form data, specifically username and the password, and we're gonna be using it to authenticate ourselves so we can log in, and then we will call back the logged in function, and the logged in function will extract the data we are looking for. In our case, as an example, is the message, and we're going to be populating the message field. So that's it. Let's try if it works, and maybe we should output a JSON data file as well. Scrapy crawl login and data.json. All right, so let's see if it works. Welcome to the secure area. When you're done, click logout below. This should be the message that is seen after logging in. Yes, this is the message we see. This is our JSON, so it works properly. So this is how you log in into a website using Scrapy. If you are interested in other web scraping or data engineering videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.